Elon, I liked you for a while, but now I feel like the kid from Toy Story saying, I don't want to play with you anymore. And that's because you are not who you said you were. He said that he was a man who stood for free speech at all costs. When he was buying Twitter, the reason he gave to people for why he wanted to buy it was he wanted to release the bird from the cage, save free speech. But it's been proven today that free speech is just not something he seems to care about, as he arbitrarily will decide that things are not allowed to be said on his platform. But before we go into what happened today, I want to go over some mask slipping type moments from Elon where he has censored speech that I think is absolutely indefensible. Not an instance of him banning like copyrighted protected material or obviously illegal shit. A few weeks ago, there was a lot of discussion on Twitter around the H-1B visa program and Elon Musk's position on it specifically. He was getting a lot of criticism for. This criticism was mainly coming from dissident right-wing accounts. They were mass replying to Elon Musk, quote tweeting him and stuff like that, saying that his position is completely wrong, and resultantly Elon Musk blanket banned a lot of these accounts for just a simple fact that they were disagreeing with him, really, or stopped banning people by removing their verification check marks. And I don't know about you guys, but the whole free part of free speech kind of is not really being shown when Elon Musk decides what is allowed and what isn't at his sole discretion. Another instance of him completely arbitrarily deciding what can and can't be said by people on his platform was when he decided to ban usage of the word cis, which is short for cisgender, which is referring to people that are not transgender, as he believed it was a slur, which again, that's arbitrary. It's not a slur, so it does not make any sense. But even if it was a slur, which it's not, there is not a no slur exception when we're talking about free speech. Saying slurs does fall under free speech, and I know that because you're allowed to say slurs on Twitter. I see it all the time. And I'm sure you could find some more examples of him being very selective of when he wants to stand by free speech and not. But I think today was the most shameless disregarding of free speech by Elon, as he took away Asmongold's checkmark on Twitter for an interaction that they had. So to understand how we got here, we have to talk about Path of Exile 2, a game that's as challenging as it is addictive, but Elon Musk, being the alpha gamer that he is, started streaming his gameplay of this game. The problem was that it became very obvious that he didn't know the basics of the game, like at all, which made gamers and people watching his stream raise an eyebrow and consider the fact that he might not be the one who owns the account, which makes a lot of sense because, well, the richest man in the world probably has better things to do than to grind the game. Turns out Elon wasn't grinding the game himself. Instead, he paid boosters to do it for him. Shocker, I know. Now, look, if he had just admitted that he didn't have the time to grind, which everyone would have believed, I don't think anyone would have cared, but he couldn't resist the urge to flex, claiming that he was a gaming god, effortlessly breezing through the hardest content. Now, the YouTuber who blew the lid on this entire situation was a guy named Quinn, and he exposed the truth that Elon wasn't the one who had earned the leaderboard spot, and the evidence was pretty clear. Now, Asmongold, because he is a gaming/React streamer, watched the video by Quinn, gave commentary on the whole situation, and basically laughed at Elon's obvious lack of gaming knowledge and, made some lighthearted jokes about it. Standard Asmongold content, funny, insightful, and it's honest. Elon did not take kindly to being called out. Instead of just laughing it off or ignoring it, he decided to go full Twitter warrior, and this is where things get weird. So Elon tweeted something along the lines of Asmongold being controlled by his editors, which doesn't make any sense at all. How does that make any sense? The tweet is, Asmon behaves like a maverick independent, but in reality has to ask his boss for permission before he can do anything. He is not his own man. This makes no sense at all because Asmon just doesn't have a boss, and he also isn't a person who curates his content to be as algorithm friendly as possible. I mean, he gets a shitload of views, so he's doing something right, but I more so mean the content of what he says is not totally PC or PG. He's been canceled a few times, we've seen the clips. But Elon's basis for insinuating that Asmongold is a puppet comes from a leaked DM that he has with Asmon that he decided to leak, which is also, I think, against terms of service. I don't know who said that. I don't know where I heard that. Fact check me on that. No one's gonna ban him, right? It's his goddamn platform. It's his house. He makes the rules. You take your shoes off before you walk in. But if true, that would again show the double standard that he holds. Rules for thee, not for me sort of behavior. So the leaked DMs between him and Asmon start with Asmon saying, I'm gonna see if my editors might want to make a second account for it even. Elon says, sure. Who are these, quote, mysterious editors? Asmon says 2 guys, and then he names them. Basically, any content I post is edited or uploaded by them, and they just get a cut of the ad revenue. It's a super good system, to be honest. Almost everyone on YouTube does it. So, yeah, Elon thinks that he's controlled by his editors because that was the proof he gave, supplementing the claim that he is not his own man. I don't know if you were expecting this guy to, like, edit and upload all of of his, tens of hours of content every single week by himself. Yeah, he has employees that help him streamline the process of uploading and making content. I don't think that makes him not a maverick. And I certainly don't think these people are in his ear telling him what he can and can't say and puppeteering him to support some sort of agenda. Elon then goes on to say, I'm on hundreds of streams on YouTube/Twitch playing live with the world's best players. No other way to say this, but while Asmon is good at caustic commentary and good at making fun of people, he is not good at video games. And then he gets community noted saying, Asmongold has reached achievements in World of Warcraft such as rank 12 on this thing, rank 47 on this thing, and many more. Meanwhile, the accuser has proven to fake his achievement in PoE 2. That is fucking brutal, and it's funny because this reminds me of the Elon tweet he made where he's like, I'm constantly getting bullied on my own platform, which, I mean, it's kind of true, but when you're making comments like, yo, Asmongold is not good at video games, and like, he's better than you by a lot of different metrics, you're gonna get noted. Of course, you've got the Elon Glazers in the replies saying, it seems like he's only chasing clout. He wants to generate clickbait. What is sad, he's burned a friendship for it. I don't know, man. I don't think Elon and Asmongold were in bed having sleepovers or shit like that. I just don't get the vibe that they were, tight. At least from the DMs shown by Elon. And I certainly don't think Asmongold is cloud chasing just because he reacted to a video that exposed Elon's fake achievements. Your expertise being in question as far as video gaming is not worth responding to. Some people are just jealous of your great success. Jesus Christ, bro. I feel like are these bots? Are these like Elon cock-sucking AI bots? Like, I just can't believe that these are people typing in his reply saying shit like this. They want to accuse him of cloud chasing, yet all they want is like some pats on the head and to be called a good boy by Elon. They're trying to glaze their way to a follow back or something. Anyway, Elon takes this so well that he ends up removing Asmongold's checkmark. I mean, this is only temporary, and at the time I'm recording this, he has his checkmark back. But the problem is the fact that he just decided to take it away for no reason. There should not be this amount of volatility when preserving free speech. It's just really simple. And let's not forget, Elon fundamentally misunderstood what YouTube editors do. Like, how disconnected from reality do you have to be to think that someone as successful and independent as Asmongold is being controlled by his team? I don't know. To me, the whole situation just highlights how Elon operates. He's just all about free speech when it works in his favor and it keeps things moving, but he's quick to silence anyone who bruises his ego. Taking away Asmongold's checkmark wasn't just petty, it was a textbook abuse of power. And it's mind-blowing to see the people in his replies saying that Asmongold's a clout chaser and that he's, just jealous of Elon's gaming abilities. The reason these people even like/glaze Elon in the first place has to be in part because of his dedication to free speech and, why he bought Twitter. So are these drones just not sentient enough to realize that he's doing the exact opposite right now? Like, do they just not know when to shut off glazing mode? I guess not. Matter of fact, they turn it into overdrive the moment he does something antithetical to free speech. Very interesting. But yeah, tell me what you guys think about this one down in the comments below. I appreciate you guys watching. If you liked, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. See you guys all later.